Well, usually, in the first time I write with somebody who I know is extremely successful and a great writer, I prepare a lot more. Not a lot. I mean, just to make sure that I 100% have something that I think would be a good song to write. You know, it's not like I write the whole song, but I at least have a good idea or a good idea and maybe some melody stuff. But I figure what I've done already has gotten me this far to land me in the room with this person. So what I mostly try to do is be myself, which is sometimes hard. But it's like I'm in the room to do what I do because they have heard that what I do is cool and they want to tap into what I do. So I try to be myself as much as possible. And sometimes it's like intimidating because you're almost afraid to throw things out there when you're writing with someone who's a proven hit songwriter. But what I make sure to do is make sure that I'm as involved as I can without like stepping. Like I obviously don't step on them. But what I try to do is just make sure that I'm saying what's coming to my mind and just be as involved in the write as possible. Because if you just kind of sit there and, even if you have an idea and a melody, let them write the whole song while you sit there and then just sing what they're writing, they're going to go, oh, well, his melody's cool, but I wrote the whole thing. So you don't want to seem very passive. You want to be involved in the writing process, which any writer does, but just as with any write, you don't want to be too over critical of everything. You just let everything happen freely, and but just treat it about like every other write. You don't want to, because it used to get in my head whenever I would get into the first write with somebody that has like 10 number ones, and you get in the room, and you before I would get in there, I'd be like getting all nervous and freaking out a little bit. But once you get in, all those writers they're just like everyone else, just a lot more successful. they're just regular people that want to write the best song as possible that day. So whenever you just realize that all they're in it for is to write a great song, and almost all of them leave egos at the door, and they're just excited to be writing, and it's really great once you realize that. It's like, okay, well, there's just so many people to write with. It's like there's only 20 days in a month, and you go, well, I'm booked out, and some of those happen more than once a month. So it's like, well, I'm booked out 2 months, but when you look at it, like some days I'm off because I have to do other things that I know about or play a show, and but like whenever like some people, whenever I'm like, well, I'm looking at March now, and they're like, which they think I'm being an asshole because I'm like, unless I try to do an evening, but a lot of times I'm just worn out and don't want to give somebody a lesser version of myself because I'm freaking just so tired. And if I start booking evening writes, then a lot of things, then I'm like, well, I can't finish a song, or now it's difficult doing as much of that. So it's like usually I send somebody a date in March, and they're like, oh, then you just don't want to write with me. It's like, so I have to. The people that like, whenever they reach out to freaking Bob DePiero, they go, well, CJ's in March. It's not like they're gonna. I mean, they might if somebody big, if like.
If Brad wants to write with you.
Well, yeah. Well, yeah, I wish Brad did that. It's not gonna happen. But like with, I mean, eventually, maybe, but like with Frank and Chris, who are both, I mean, all three. I mean, they're all freaking incredibly talented. But with Frank and Chris, I mean, but like if just like, I don't know, if somebody who's really hot, like if Shane McAnally, called and was like, oh, I got canceled on tomorrow, do you think CJ could write? And I was like writing with one of my friends, I would feel bad, but you have to take advantage of that opportunity because they're booked out till March too, which you can get a date then, but sometimes they find out about you and they're just really excited, like a couple weeks ago, like I think it was Ryan Hurd and Andrew Dorff. Somebody else at our company was supposed to be writing with them, and they had to cancel. And they said, and they were like, well, can CJ hop in? And because they had already heard some of my stuff and I knew those guys just a little bit already, they both were like, sure, that's cool. And so I had to cancel another ride, but it was a really great opportunity to get in with people who I normally wouldn't be able to get in with. But even just because they're so hot right now, those guys, I mean, they're incredible. And we wrote a really cool song, and hopefully it'll happen again. But you know, it's not like I can't be like, hey, let's write all the time now. I still am like, you know, it's still like, thanks for, you know, like that, you know. But it just depends. Sometimes like when a huge writer like that is like, I love this, let's write more. It's awesome. Then you're like, okay, let's get dates. But like,